Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank Senator Harcum and Senator Rivera, and especially our leader, Senator Andrea Stewart-Cousins, for pushing forward this legislative package today. And unfortunately, in the United States, over 130 Americans pass away each day from an overdose. In fact, in New York State, every 2 hours, another New Yorker passes away from an overdose, meaning the time that we've spent together in this chamber today, another New Yorker has passed away. That means that the sirens need to be running, the alarm bells need to be going off, and we have to be doing everything we possibly can to end this horrible epidemic that we're facing. The legislation that we have before us right now is an effort to make the parity real. We've seen the efforts from the federal level to the state level to issue parity between health and mental health services. The fact is, we have to treat addiction for what it is. Addiction is a disease. Just like we fight against heart disease or diabetes, we have to address addiction the same way. But the reality is that people living with substance use disorder, the rates have not kept up. In fact, most of the Medicaid rates for substance use disorder have not changed in the past 10 years. This legislation before us will require a work group to make sure that we're meeting that parity, that we're lifting up the reimbursement rates. Because when we've been traveling around the state, the providers we talk to can barely keep the doors open. That means that we're not only trying to keep those doors open, but what incentive is there to provide more providers, to provide more treatment? We have to make sure we don't just talk about parity, but we treat mental health and substance use disorder the same way we treat healthcare. And in doing this, in getting people the treatment and the care that they need, we can help people recover, live independent, productive lives, and overall reduce the cost of healthcare. So I want to thank my colleagues for supporting this important legislation. Let's make sure we keep the momentum going and make sure that other states and the nation are looking to New York as leaders in finding the way forward to ending the horrible overdose epidemic that we've seen. Thank you, Mr. President.